So I'm going to try to record the slideshow again. So we are playing. We are playing the slideshow at the convention center, the Santa Clara Convention Center, where we did BayCon for 2010 roughly to 2015. But at the convention center part. This is the long line, and Clint Cowpoke was on hand there. There's Clint Cowpoke. He was a guest of honor, of course. And yeah, and he was standing in line betwixt. Behind him were 2 3%ers. In front of him were 2 NASCAR fans. Interesting combination there. None of which the NASCAR fans did not mention at any point the Brandon thing. They did mention cheating. Going on to the car race with the pace car. Now, playing the video here, I'll just sit back and I'll kind of watch it. I don't need to center myself necessarily. So we have, a long line, lasted about an hour. Similar to the lines of the Phantom and BayCon. And now we're inside. In the store, and everyone was actually. I mean, there were some people reproduced head kits during the pandemic thing. They'd be about 2 or 3 now, but yeah, it's been 4 years, 3.5 years. It's like our last official toy show was actually 2018, I guess. Might have been a 2019 one as well, but I don't think it was that long. But then it was BayCon and Phantom. So. This one is in a larger hall in the back behind the one where they normally had the other stuff and the big hall thing. It was the one next to that. Been completely redone to look cool. So we've got some X-Men stuff in Transformers. Lots of Transformers. The Legends is more current, 10 years ago or less. Uncanny X-Men earlier stuff would be 90s, but there was some of that. But that is a Godzilla, I think. Predator. Let's see. Just reading over things that are on the screen. Here we have a green. Yeah, the monsters, the Universal monsters, and a Jason thrown in there, or Michael Myers thrown in there. You had about, it seemed to be upwards of 6,000 to 8,000 people in there, crammed into that auditorium. As many as as you would have at a BayCon. A little less than a Phantom. Because BayCon was going downhill by 2015. Before the Wonder Woman movie came out, they did a Wonder Woman thing a year before it. But anyway, we have old school stuff in there. Oh yeah, and briefly on the back wall there is a shot of that Garfield from the movie. That was there's some funny money with the funny money, but the Garfield was the Betty Boop doll. I'm assuming that's like toy stuff. Lots of Star Wars pins and various sci-fi pins. There's a shot of the wall again. The Garfield. And yeah, the Bill Murray movie Garfield looked hideous. Yeah, and they had them, but it looked melted. But that bootleg that Phelan had was pretty funny. It was actually worse. But yeah, so we have very old vintage cars there. A lot of people sell their there's a fantastic. There's Snake Mountain, the phallic Snake Mountain. I think that might be actually. I thought maybe it was a reissue, but it might be an original actually. And we have some old G.I. Joe stuff. Transformer stuff. A lot of Transformer stuff. Hardly any Star Trek stuff, though. This time. Finally all out of that. Current Hot Wheels cars. Of course, packaging like that. It's Hot Wheels cars from the current time. Some Power Rangers. Yeah, that Dukes of Hazzard generally was hundreds of dollars. Yeah, it's kind of amazing. So here we have the Transformer guy on the time tunnel in the back. Next to, not far from the former Capitol Comics guy, who we're familiar, and not far from the Space Cat guy, who we also used to be. The Space Cat guy was in the middle. So he was formerly Space Cat. Yeah, that's yeah. So yeah, there's some G1 vintage Transformers there. That's very exciting. The buttons have a spar, a radon, Gyron, and giant Ninja Turtle. And there's the Jetfires. Yeah, they had a Minton box one up there for. I think I'm gonna get a shot of it there. He was about 600. That's about right, Minton box. And I pointed out that on the wing, you see the little Macross symbol. That means it's a 1985 as opposed to an 84, which that's it. 85. And they all had the same design flaw. Because I had several Jetfires. The 84 one had bad shoulders, and the 85 one had bad backpacks. So if your Jetfire, your older Jetfire, that's a yellow backpack goes, and it's got that wing, it's an 85. Or if it's bad shoulder, it's 84. So we have Teddy Ruxpin. Those things are cute. They're very cute. And here we have, yeah, magic stuff. Oh, those are the little Koopa things from Mario Brothers. Those plush toy. There we go. My Little Ponies for the Bromies. They seem to be current ones though. Reissues. They're plush ones too. They're different. The original ones weren't plush. They were solid plastic. Melted. We put one in the freezer with soap on it. Nice, cool. Put it in the fridge. Over the summer, it was still there. Oh, and it didn't freeze it. It antifreezed. But here we have a lot of interesting little. Somebody made like little pewter figurines out of found parts, and there's interesting things there, including an alligator made with chain links. There he is, briefly. I think I zoomed back on him, but yeah, there's a lot of it's found parts that they made those out of. There's the alligator with the chain links. It's an interesting idea. It's very creative. Let's see, this is a niche guy. He wanted to do something niche and different. Unfortunately, it probably cost him more to make the figurines than it did to sell. Ah, yes. There you go, Shadowversity. Shout out to them. Mall Swords. Mall Ninja Swords. Mall Ninja Swords. Yep. And there they are. So we have more Transformers. Everyone properly wearing a mask. Walk through the slideshow here and see what they're doing. And, G.I. Joe, modern G.I. Joes and older ones mixed in. There are a lot of those, a lot of G.I. Joe stuff. Because the newer ones don't have as much articulation. They're like Star Wars figures. They did it in reverse. Years ago, I told them, 15 years ago, make G.I. Joes, make Star Wars figures bendable, so they're more like a G.I. Joe with the O-ring and all that, make them bendable with a little ring inside. And instead, they did it in reverse, and they brought back G.I. Joes, and they made them more like Star Wars figures. It was the other way around. I wanted them to be more articulated, not less. I want that new Lady J and that new Duke. Their legs don't bend. Anyway, so we have... Yeah, this is the other guy. This is the other dude. This was the Capital Comics guy. Capital. This was the Capital guy. And yeah, he had versions of Road Rage there, the alternators version. Because that one was too expensive, but I found the other one. And the lady, right here, there was a lady looking for a Jetfire. So there's one hidden under there, and there's one right there. And that's an 84 one, because it doesn't have the wing. That's an 84 one, so I'm pointing out there. Well, that's mint condition. For only $3.90. If you bought it, you have to keep it in the box. Yeah. Never touch it. But yes, they did have a bunch in there. They have Skulls and Bungeon. Then buy them. G1 Transformers. Why'd they make Devastator so small originally? Oh, there's a twin cast. It's fairly rare. Japanese Transformers. Spin-off. Twin cast and Soundwave. Twin cast and Sidewave. Some Optimus Primes. I'm out of Pepsi Prime too. A lot of oh wow! Well, this is a newer, slightly newer ones, but ooh, there's some neat guys there. Oh, there's like a re-release of Primal dude. Box re-release Triptychon. A couple of Jetfires there. Yeah, you could use those. They had all their accessories. All their accessories. Cool. So yeah, they have. Yeah, so there was. It was very crowded. There was actually quite a lot of people there. Said roughly 6,000 to 8,000, crammed in that room. Hundreds going in and out. Yeah, they checked everyone at the door. One of the things they checked for was whether they had vaccine or not. So the 2-3%er guys who were obviously anti-vax couldn't get in. They didn't have one. So, even though on the card here, in this little green card that I've got on the wall, it says, show proof of ID and vaccination. Because they don't want to spread COVID to 8,000 other people in the room. Yeah, that's probably, there's another mall sword seller. Yeah. So here's some, yeah, there's a lot of Japanese stuff. These sorts of card game stuff, I guess. Models. Not familiar with whatever anime that is, but it's all over the place. It's not like it's Hero Academia. They did have Academia stuff, but which I have seen part 2 of. Yes, I saw Hero Academia part 2 in the theater. The Heroes Unleashed. Didn't know what the heck was going on because it was a sequel. Well, somebody pointed that out to me after I saw it. So that was part 2. No wonder you didn't get it. Oh. Well, I got the premise. Okay, we have Harry from Harry and the Hendersons, but he's naked. Excellent. Harry and the Hendersons in the buff. Well, he's furry, so it's true what they say. He's not very big down there either. So this guy, yeah. Sometimes I thought I worked at a table, looking around. Yeah, and I was like, no. No, there's a thing, Galacticus guy. Yeah, that's it, Galactus. Oh, there's an awful lot of Funko Pops. So our Funko Pop movie, the other channel should be getting a lot of buzz just because it's a Funko Pop movie. There's only one other, the Bobblehead movie, so everybody should be watching the slightly dirty Funko Pop slightly dirty. Yeah. Even they're not. Anyway, so yeah. Vintage stuff. There's a box full of. You get wrestlers, actual real, like not fake ones. Actual wrestler characters from the original line, as opposed to the phony ones that are out. They're in a box, and they have no clothes because whoever's selling them was like, well, I don't care if they're naked. I want them to be naked. Yeah. And then we have little tiny little like McDonald figures. They say Frozen figures. Even though I don't think all of them are Frozen. I think they're just random Disney stuff. And some of them are. But that one that looks like a Burger Time guy is not from Frozen. And that Mario guy is not from Frozen. And that's a Stitch and Lilo in there. Yeah, that's not Frozen either. There's a whole hideous looking Hulk Hogan plush doll in the background. He looks like he's hammered. And there's a Mario up there. Mario, take me in the bum, Mario. Oh, Luigi, don't tell me. Oh yeah, there's a little doll up there. Get another shot of it. But she looks depressed and angry. Stella's like, damn it. She's like poised to leap off the top of that shelf thing to death. The thing below probably wouldn't kill her. But, ew, little morbid human there. So there's a little figurine, like Batman's and stuff. Star Wars figures. Yeah, this guy was talking about his Star Wars figures, vintage. Some of them have the bike, some of them didn't. Some of them, you hold them. And he was talking about them, the Star Wars figures. Yeah. Ooh, then there's those were the ones in the case that were expensive. The ones out of the case, not as expensive. Clearly they're out of the case. The infamous Red Letter Media melted thousands of them in acetone. It was Prime. Those are RID figures. Yeah, they're not transformable. They just look good. Not a fan. That was a nice April O'Neil there, briefly, but no, a little fair. Oh yeah, this interesting little yet another knick-knack store. But then it turned out what it was is it's a Disney like store lady, the one that had the pins, and now it's on the other side. And there's like an older lady. There's a couple of them. And I think she must have worked at a store at Disney at one point, and she just like had a bunch of overstock and then marked it all. So you will not find that stuff anywhere else other than somebody that had worked for a Disney store. Shiny looking thing. It's cool. Yeah, Maleficent in a case. That's expensive. Various stuff from Alice in Wonderland and Aladdin, and there's Winnie the Pooh and Mrs. Potts, and a Donald Duck. Bunch of Disney stuff. And Jack Skellington, and yeah. It's interesting about they always say Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas, but he only produced it. Here's the bootleg table. They let me film it. They're like, we don't care. They had Lost in Space for $8. I didn't buy it because I figured it's only $8 and they're giving it away. It's not going to be worth it. It's going to be destroyed. And we made this on our printer. Or it's just not going to play. I did manage to get a hold of the Bolar Wars from those guys years ago. Because it's not available here on DVD. So I have it. But And Transformers Robots in Disguise 2000, 2001 as well. Because it's never going to be released here ever. I'm not going to sell it. And Teen Titans, I had the first season, but then I didn't have the other three. Oh, the other two, I guess there were 3 seasons. I got the whole set of that. Sorry, but many years ago, only to watch for myself. Not selling it. I wouldn't want it anyway. It's video quality. They recorded off the TV. But it does include that episode Terra that they don't include on the official box set, which doesn't go to the 3rd season either. So they don't include it. So it does have that. Sort of retcons the final episode by having Beast Boy forget the girl, or the girl forgets Beast Boy. So, no, she doesn't remember because the time warp happened. It's messed up. It's a screwed up ending. Anyway, I have a Bionic Man, Steve Austin. I used to have one of those. I broke it. Oh, I don't know why I did that. It's empowering. I was a little kid. I was, yeah. I had that Sky Striker. 25th anniversary Sky Striker. I didn't buy it there. I have it from before. It's at Toys R Us. Toys R Us exclusive. There's some nice. I had that Y-wing up there. That same model. Well, it looked like that model. And the X-wing. The X-wing appeared to not have any wings on it. Odd. Alfred E. Newman for president. It's my collectible. Yeah, so this lady heard like 4 years ago when I said he was a politician to that other person. Now they put it up there as a kid he was a politician. Well, he's based on a politician from that time period. Which is saved my marriage by something. So that's having 2 meanings there. It's either if you buy a bunch of stuff, it's gonna like give them enough money to save their marriage, or her husband or wife is driving them crazy with all their toys and they can't move around their house. They have to clear it out, get rid of it. Get rid of the giant Voltron. It's hard to find Voltrons and those are the Neko re-released turtles, the big ones. But a couple guys had those, and yes, those are indeed the robots, sapien robot guys from in Transor Z, and I knew Megazord, yeah, Megazord, not Megazord, but Megazord, yeah, Megalad and Megazord. It's cool, and the other guy has, yeah. And Zeo Kaiser and another guy. Yeah. Heads of guys from Pokemons. There were kids running around, but I cut that out. Yeah, we don't want to film people's random kids running around. Boring. Yeah. There were quite a lot of people there. I just didn't want to film them, even though they didn't mind. The store owners didn't mind that there was somebody filming. They other people were filming. They were very polite, courteous. We bought the Springer from the other guy that was on the other end. Yeah, the box was a bit damaged, and it was like, he thought maybe I was gonna like. I talked him down in price is all. I bought it. And I said, I might be back. And on the way back, Road Rage, who I saw earlier, still there. So I'm going to buy that right now. Yeah. Okay. So we have, well, clearly I didn't have a lot of money. I had to live alone from Mumsy so that I could go to the toy show. Oh no. So here we have, yeah, Phantom Mail. I have some Phantom Mail. Of course, if there's only one guest, I'm probably going to go to Famicom one day. Oh, there's the Turtles 4-pack. Crashed into the Batmobile. 60s Hot Wheels Batmobile. Re-release, but still cool. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Ertl toys have gone up in price because they don't exist anymore. But yeah, for the most part, the prices were good at the toy show. They were ridiculous for stuff. Although that gunship, G.I. Joe gunship thing there, hovering over, that was there 4 years ago. That was the same toy. They didn't sell it. It could be a copy of it, but no, I think it's the same guy. There's the Springer, and there's the other version of the blue girl, and there's Road Rage, and this is that guy. I got his toys. I bought him. You know, when he had the transforming Optimus Prime sapien guy. Ew, not sure how old that guy was. I think he's probably my age. Yeah. I think it was more of a. He had first current edition. There was a bunch of Exo Squad stuff too. They had the Invids and the Troopers and all that. And the Exo Squad and Robotech had a thing for a little while that connected. They were allowed to re-release stuff from Robotech, including the battle tank, which I wasn't able to get. But they had it there. But here we have a lot of Funko Pops. Yeah, they had a Cheshire Cat. But no, $40. It's a little steep. Yeah, so that kind of stuff is on eBay and on Amazon. Go get it there. Here we have where I found the Moonracer. I think this is the one that had him. All the Ghostbusters. In the corner there. Oh yeah, this is the various show aisle thing with the clothed and not, and there was this girl and her, I guess these girls and their mother, I would guess, teenagers and their mother, and they were commenting on this show they were familiar with. And one character is like clothed. It's a Japanese anime character, and they're all why is she clothed? On the show she isn't. It's like, well, I guess they don't want to put her on the shelf naked. Exactly. The character did, yeah. Clothes. Why does they have clothes? Because they're not going to sell a toy with like big nudie parts. It's just yellow parts. It's anatomically correct. No, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, they were all very nice. They didn't. Nobody freaked out about anything. It was very crowded, so it was like walking around people and going through them. Yeah, it wasn't like the 2018, 2019 one where it was kind of sad. There wasn't a lot of people. Wasn't like that one at all. They rented this hall and they packed it. It wasn't like parts of it were empty. The only part that was a little empty was the artist alley kind of slash place on the end. That didn't have as much stuff, but maybe they will on Sunday. I don't know. I'm not going on Sunday. But yeah, so it's all there. There's just a whole lot of toys. There's a thing, modern redo of them. It's a Mortal Kombat characters. I didn't mind that new Mortal Kombat movie. It was okay. It was fine. Wasn't anything like the game, but it was fine. Parts of it were. The Sub-Zero fight guy. Yeah, I figured, like, I always wondered about a character that freezes everything. Why wouldn't he freeze? And go solid, too. But yeah, I guess it's the same thing when the torch burn up, but not the same though. When you burn up something, you're speeding up molecules. When you're freezing them, you're making them hold still. So wouldn't he just ice himself over and fall over dead? He's internal antifreeze. That's what it is. Oh, this guy was commenting on their GI Joes in this clip. But she was looking for specific in the box characters. Probably not the Joes, but rather the Funko Pops from Walmart. And she said, "Yeah, I buy one, and they usually open the other one." Oh yeah. She was talking. There's two ladies were talking. The younger one's probably my age, but the older one was about 10 years older. Probably selling it. Be 15 years older. So like, yeah, 65 and 50 roughly. There's the Uber driver at the end wondered what a toy show was. He didn't know. Like kitty toys? Yeah. Collectibles. Transformers, G.I. Joes, Hot Wheels cars. He didn't know what those were, but he knew what Hot Wheels cars were. Hot Wheels cars. Oh, yeah. There's a Starscream, Starscream masterpiece. Starscream. From the movie era one. I do. Yeah. This is. Oh, there's the Moonracer / chassis. And some of the Transformers had weird names, like Wheeljack and Bone Crusher. Well, Bone Crusher makes sense. So Wheeljack for the scientist doesn't really make sense. Springer is springy. That I guess makes sense. I don't know. The hubcap really doesn't make sense. Why was it called hubcap? I'm a part of a car. Yay. The hubcap. Brake lights. I am brake lights. I am emblem. Insignia. I am car door. Clang. But here we have a lot of Funko Pops. A whole lot of Funko Pops. You want to pause on any of them? Have a look. And there were no stars at the show except that one guy in the back that was, I don't know if I filmed him already. That was a friend of Ralph McQuarrie and put up some of his artwork. Because Universal just threw it all away apparently in the dumpster. Got all of it. Well, they got Ralph McQuarrie's stuff, but from Star Wars. He also did the Enterprise that inspired the Discovery Enterprise many years later. And the weird emblem Enterprise with V-shaped bottom and rounded in the saucer section. Very Star Wars-y looking ship. But he did the Star Wars stuff. So. And they had the Star Trek tour at the Tech years ago, and I got to see the Rebel ship that was chasing the. They had the Rebel ship set up, and they had the Star Destroyer. And the Star Destroyer is like a third the size of the Rebel ship. In actuality, the model. They was there. There was the model was like. The Rebel ship was maybe 3 feet long or something. The Star Destroyer was 2 feet, roughly. Something like that. But yeah, there's the other ones. But yeah, here we have more. Studio Series is a newer Transformers, so they're like the last 4 years, so they're not going to be. And they were not overly priced. They were what they should be. And this was the third guy. This was I think the Space Cat guy. Or maybe I went back to the other guy. That's what I did. Then here we have some Star Wars. What's the Ralph McQuarrie guy? I think that Ralph McQuarrie guy is behind this guy. Turn around. Maybe not though. No, it wasn't Ralph McQuarrie. It was a guy that knew him. Yeah. It was a guy that had planes, but they weren't vintage, and They were more modern, so they didn't have warplanes from World War II in it. They're all modern stuff. After 60 something. So yeah, a lot of interesting Funko Pops. They don't stand up very well. They should all have little stands. I need to make stands for all of my Funko Pops. Yeah, so let me go through the whole thing here. And yeah, there's more wrestlers. Real ones, not fake ones. Well, there could be some likes I didn't ask. There was that one lady that was that one guy that had praised the guys brought in a comic book and he praised it. He said that's a fake. Didn't have fake. Yeah, it's comic book stuff. Yeah. So, anyways, yeah. So there's the plane guy advertising the planes, and he's planes. Yeah. There's the wrestlers again. There were a lot of those, and they're the real ones, not the fake ones. Yeah. Actually, say who they all are. There's I get from the Rogue twice. Legends Rogue. Somebody else had her. Jedi. Wheeljack again. I appear to be skimming back to Nosferatu. And I think this is where I went back and got the guy. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's definitely different. Legends. Yeah, so there was a lot of people there. 8,000 people there. You wouldn't know it from looking at it, but yeah, from filming them. Oh, yeah. Well, people were coming and going. I would say that by the time I left it, so a lot of them went off to lunch, so it looked like there were only hundreds. There probably were at that point only hundreds. But initially, that line was enormous. Toward the end, and people came back, I'm assuming, afterward. And yeah, there's a lot of basic things going on that were fine. It was fine. I'll be going to Fanime as well in May instead of this. In May, I'll go to Fanime. They have not announced the yet Silicon, the Silicon Comic Con. Not announced yet. E.T. Oh. So yeah, YouTube will flag that as a nude person. It's E.T. It's a model. It's attack. Well, they did have the Bumblebee. John was thinking. There he was. But yeah, I didn't want him. But there's a lot of Funko Pops. A lot of Funko Pops. A lot of Transformers. Hardly any Star Trek stuff. I finally did them. Yeah, they're just not. They need to. Playmates needs to get on the ball and just re-release the action figures. All of them. Each crew, each set, and the new ones too. In the scale from the originals. But the 5-inch scale. All of them the same scale, and then release also the larger ones that are the 8-inch scale ones with the the bigger ones. Those two. They did it with the Turtles. They might as well do it here too. And I know there's another group that's doing some of the Discovery figures, but they're not the right scale. Yeah, they're smaller. They're like G.I. Joes. It's like, no. Re-release them. Come on. Playmates, just re-release them. Re-release them in gift sets if you want, but no, original, and then do the movie ones too. Like re-release the whole instead of custom-made Wrath of Khan gift set. It's the Wrath of Khan with all the characters. Here's all the Wrath of Khan characters, including Khan. Here they are, all of them. They never released all of them. Motion picture, all of them. They only released 4 of them. Yeah, Wrath of Khan, they had 2. And Khan, and Savik. So you re-released them all. TOS, Next Generation. Deep Space Nine and Voyager, all the figures from that. And then, yeah. Oh, then, okay, Discovery and New Trek, but the right scale to the other ones. So New Trek, they would be New Trek modeled, and then they would be New Trek Discovery and New Trek, and then Prodigy and then I don't need to paint figures to make them look like they're from Lower Decks when they're not. It's a Janeway painted up to look like Tendi. Doesn't really work. But yeah, yeah. Is this it's almost over. So yeah, so this is the slideshow of the convention, and near the back there weren't as many tables, but there were an awful lot of Funko Pops, like left over probably from other conventions. Probably a lot of them are kind of pricey. And there's the Mystery House one. I have it. Oh, next. And one of the other bootleg video guys didn't care. Oh, you can film my videos. I don't care. He's like, they're there. So yeah, we actually have a shot of one of the film guys that shouldn't have DVDs. I don't care. You can tell that they were completely lenient because 4 years after the COVID. We don't care. We're not going to get in trouble. They just don't want to get in trouble. They're not going to get in trouble. Yeah, I didn't buy anything from them, so yeah, those earlier purchases were years ago. And they're really bad quality, so don't buy bootlegs. Don't do that. Anyway, so getting near the end here, and yeah, so yeah, everybody's it's near the end, and it's actually enjoyable to watch all of this and see the stuff that's got to be from the classics line. Yeah. End and begin with this guy, okay? Snake Mountain. Outside the convention. There.